Hey, nah, some people are fucking wicked. So all they come and maintain for me now, she wanted to use you to have a child though. Basically that. Hmm. Hi guys. Hey, so this episode, the devil wanted to devil, but he didn't devil because I have loved ones. They didn't want me to shoot, but I've shot and it's here. So I love you guys. Welcome to another episode and thank you very much for coming in. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and then share. This is the POV podcast and my name is the beautiful Naneke Adepa. And on today's episode, listen, I'm going to remove this chichi. Today, I'm not even using my iPad or my tablet. No, it's not iPad, it's my tablet. I'm not even using my tablet to do this episode. Why? Because I said the devil wanted to devil. So I'm going to read directly from my laptop and it's here on some chair. So forgive me for that. That being said, we're gonna go straight to the Let's Talk segment of this episode. And this particular Let's Talk segment, let me be real with you, it's a very, 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 very sensitive issue. And I would gladly say that I don't really have the full story, but I'm going to combine what is on social media and what has been brought to my table, and we're going to discuss it together and then see, how far we can go to get justice for this person. So basically, on Sunday 4 a.m., something happened. And I particularly saw the news on social media before I went into my DM and then saw that they've sent me the story to work on it for them because apparently the police wants to cover up, allegedly. All right. And so let's get straight into the Let's Talk segment of this episode. Now, basically, 4 a.m. on Sunday, a young man was killed in one estate. I think it's called Kuana Estate in Kontonsi in the Greater Accra region. And the young man apparently was helping somebody. What I heard on social media was this, that the young man was asked to help a young lady who was in one of these ride halls to direct herself and then the driver that was driving her to her destination. And then there was a fracas between the lady and the guy, which is the driver and then the passenger, over fare issues. All right. That's what social media said, over the transport fare. And then back and forth, the guy intervened and then got shot. And the one that shot him is at that time was an off-duty police officer. And then, they arrested him and they took the boy's body to the police morgue to do autopsy and investigate and find out what happened and allow justice to happen. And we saw on social media that the police did a press release. They did a release and put out and give out the details of, the police officer, the name of the police officer, the name of the guy, and then stated that they have actually also sent in some of their representatives to go see the guy's family. There's a psychological help for the family to be able to grieve, and all that. Now, I went into my DM, and frankly, I go into my DM a lot because the stories mostly come into my DM. So I went into my DM to screenshot some of the stories I'm going to put in folders moving forward. And just so you know, right now, I have over 32 folders of stories I've not touched. And so I was going to take and archive it and then get the story ready and done when I need to do it. And then this one came in, and I know this is a priority because this is happening now and needs to be talked about. So basically, this lady is telling me that I have some on my phone and some on the laptop. So basically, this lady reached out and said, "Hi POV, crying emoji. Can I talk to you, please? My friend was shot dead at Kwan Estate at Satellite into bracket and Sawem Road just because of 200 Ghana cedis. And because the driver was a police officer who turned out to be the Uber driver." And this is what is written here. So I don't know whether it is Uber, Yango Boat, I don't know. Who turns out to be Uber driver too. They all want the case to be foolish case. Period. And then she added a police report or a case report that I'm seeing here. It is very tight, and so I'm going to read it on the phone, and then I'm trying to get all the information at once. So I'm moving from one place to the other. Okay. So basically it says on the 18th of August 2024, at about 4 a.m., information was received from police control room to the effect that a male adult has been shot dead at the frontage of Kwana Estate at Satellite. DSP Adamu Manu. I can't see this thing well, and it's so sad, but I'm going to put it on the screen so anybody can read it and understand where I'm coming from. So after she sent me that, then this one was sent to me as part of the information she was giving me. She said, before I vouch for someone, then I know what the person is capable of doing or not. Like I said, I won't even put this on my snap if I can't vouch or prove how quiet this person is. This person is very respectful, down to earth. Even when he pleaded, when he did nothing wrong, when people in the estates were even pleading on his behalf, he still went ahead and shot him in the head, not even in the air. Like, what kind of heartless person is this? And then there's a chat. He said he did nothing, and that's what everyone is saying. Those that witnessed said he did nothing wrong, but was rather pleading, and the guy went ahead and slapped him like 4 times whilst he was still on his knees begging him, and he intentionally shot him in the head. And you think this case will be a foolish case because he is a police personnel? No way, I don't think so. The law will take its course for sure, and justice will be served. Now, I mean, in some parts of this information, it says that the police is not trying to cover anything up. And the girl that sent it to me crying says that it looks like they want to cover it up. But I want to actually believe in the fact that Ghana police is going to take control and do what they know how to do best. And that is to give us the justice that this guy's family deserves. Because whether the guy even did something to him or not, at the time he was off duty and didn't have the right to use any weapon on this person. Could have probably arrested him in the process of whatever that was going on. And so hopefully the proper investigations would be done and this guy will go in. I mean, the suspect, who is the guy that was the off-duty cop, would go in, do real time for this atrocity that he committed. Anyway, that is it for the Let's Talk segment, and it's crazy. It's sad. And it's something that doesn't really happen much in Ghana here, does it? Police, do we call it police brutality? Do we call it overuse of power? Whatever it is, it really happens in Ghana here. I may be wrong, just so you know, I may be wrong, but it is sad that this has happened and such a young 25-year-old guy had to lose his life over this issue. I mean, if we're going to go by what social media is saying, then we're all going to say that, you know, we're moving forward, we're going to start minding our business and not get into people's business because we may end up where we don't want to end up. Like, you get me? It's sad, Charlie. When I first saw it, I was really sad, and hopefully something like great will come out of this. This guy will do time and, you know, kicked off the force. Hopefully they kick him off the force, because literally a murderer, like really, he's a murderer. Basically, if he's found guilty, he's a murderer. And the thing is that he did a headshot. It wasn't like he shot his leg, headshot back like that. The girl sent me the picture of the guy cold-blooded on the floor, and it was so sad. That being said, let's get straight into the stories we have for the Tales and Confessions segment. If they posted it on social media, then they made it our business. And since they made it our business, we're going to make it our business. Now, let me get straight into the stories. Today, I'm reading from my laptop, so my eye will be going from here, and there. Okay? Yeah, period. Okay, so this one says, let's have it. I've been dating one guy for more than 2 years. Let's call him Daniel. He's calm and very protective. I used to enjoy his company and everything when we were just friends. We started dating when I was in the university. I was staying very close to him in the same area, and we saw each other every day. My parents used to send money every month, so I wasn't asking my boyfriend for money. Daniel sometimes gives me 50 to 200 cedis every month when I was on campus. He was doing 2 jobs at the same time, which earned him 4,500 to 5,700 Ghana cedis every month and has been working for over 12 years. Fast forward to after school, I started doing my national service, and we are currently staying about 240 kilometers from where he lives. We have always had issues about me not visiting him once every month. He still gives me the same amount he has been giving way back in school and using that money as transportation fee. I was disappointed in what he said he has been using his money for to buy clothes and food. He's been telling me to let him know when I'm ready to marry him so he can start saving towards it. If I get pregnant for him, we have to borrow to cater for ourselves because he hasn't saved. I don't visit him anymore and I've been giving him excuses that I'm busy. I don't call as I used to because he doesn't buy me airtime. I can be in the room for months and just one day I decide to go out the way he will complain. I stay alone and I can go a day without getting anybody to talk to. I met a young man last year who is interested in me. He's very calm and makes me feel special. He earns 4,500 Ghana cedis a month and saves a lot. I feel like he's really like me and he really likes me and has always been proposing marriage to me. He always included me in his plans and made us visit the hospital for checkups on our vital if we were compatible. He doesn't hide anything from me. He is a stammerer though. It's not that intense. I'm beginning to fall in love with him, but I realized he releases semen whilst romancing. We've tried having sex twice and he always comes in less than 2 minutes after inserting, and the semen too is very thick. I don't know what to do and who to stay with. I really need help. Hey, this your matter day, auntie. The first one seems to be irresponsible when it comes to money. And I want to feel like you're not doing all this because you think he's not giving you money, but you're doing all this because you think he's not financially responsible. And so that is going to affect you in the future. And when it comes to that, I do not think it's something that is bad. You need to think about how things are going to go for both of you in the future in terms of your finances. Not that he doesn't have it, but he doesn't know how to manage. And that's a problem, like really. That's a really big problem when it comes to management. When the person you're with doesn't know how to manage finances, it's crazy because then you could run into debt. You can, a lot of things can go wrong. So that can also be a red flag for somebody to decide that, I can't be with you because of that. So if that is why you think you can't be with Daniel, that's your thing, right? But the second one also has issues I think can be also worked on. This is mad because I think you can work on Daniel's issues. Okay, because I don't know whether Daniel's own is stinginess or financial mismanagement or something. Because for someone who is earning about 4,005 to 5,007, you should be able to save something a month at least. I know Ghana is hard, but at least be disciplined enough to save at least 500 dear. You have to try with all that money you're making. You understand? So, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm not going to pick and choose for you. I'm just going to tell you to sit down and analyze what you're looking for in a relationship or in a marriage. I do know that some of the things are important, like financial security, like, protection, like kindness, like love, like, sex is also important. So these major things that you're seeing there needs to be worked on. So you can sit down and have conversations with both of them and see which one is ready to work on whatever is wrong with them and see where you can go from there. Okay. Because that's what I think. All right.
Let's have it.
I'm a girl of 20 years. I used to date a guy way back in JHS when I was in JHS 2 and he was in JHS 3, but he was my first love. After he completed JHS, I never heard from him till last month of this year. I received an unknown call and to my surprise, it was him. He called to inform me that he was still in love with me and has always been waiting for me. I asked him where he has been all these years and he told me after JHS, his parents forced him to move to Accra to hustle and he's back from Accra for his love, which is me. But now I'm with someone else I love and both of our parents know us, that he's my man. And since my ex is back, with his affection. I have been emotionally unstable because I still love him within me. But I can't lose the man I am with now because he has always been there for me. And moreover, each other's parents know. I'm really confused on this, especially since my feelings towards my current guy is changing. I need advice and I will be in the comment section for answers. Please keep me anonymous because it's for my closest friend who asked me to do it for her. Listen, I understand that, your past is crawling back into your present. But I think right now you have grown. I think right now you have experienced life and you understand that life is not all about fairy tales. So you need to embrace your present. Let the guy know that, you know what, you left without letting me know anything. I have moved on. So it's better you move on. But be sure that you love the man that you're with, because this is it. I'm not even saying this based on the fact that your parents are aware. Because listen, when you go into whatever it is, whether it ends up in marriage or not, it is not your parents that are going to be in that relationship. You are. So it will make sense that you go as per how you feel. You deal with the situation with how you feel and know how you think. Don't go with your feelings alone. As I've always said, let's try to be a bit logical about things. You don't know what he has been doing for the years that he's not been around you. And your man has been there for you for the years that this one hasn't been there. So I would choose my present over my past. Okay.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
I've been with this guy for 2 months now. I love everything about him. I told my parents about him immediately I started having feelings for him. And they said, may God's will be done. I was in my room and my mom came to tell me her friend in the US says he wants to get me a boyfriend. Now I'm so confused. I've fallen so hard for this guy that I don't want to lose him. From the look of things, I can see my parents wouldn't accept him. I'm not sure I can tell him to break up with me. I'm so scared right now. Please, what should I do? You need to have a conversation with your parents. Because listen, you don't know what the one coming from US or whatever coming from US is carrying. What if he has bad character? What if he doesn't treat women right? You already have somebody that is treating you right and making you feel good and is loving you. Don't throw that away. Have that conversation with your parents because you are old enough. You didn't put your age here, but since your parents are comfortable with you dating, it means you are old enough to make your own decisions. I've come to understand this, that there's one thing I'm not going to allow my parents to do for me, to make a decision for me on a partner. They can suggest to me, but they can't force their decision on me. And it's a personal thing. So you need to also sit down and, conclude on what exactly you want to be doing with your life and with yourself. Okay. Yeah.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
I need advice on this. I was 20 years old when this happened. Immediately after my my uncle suggested I acquire a skill before. So immediately after my WASI, hey, brofo, my uncle suggested I acquire a skill before I will write my jam so I can also be helping myself while schooling, because he is my late dad's brother. And in my family, we see him as our father. Now, when he asked me, I told him I liked fashion. So I did to learn how to sew, and he suggested I learn electrician. So I started learning it. I was just 4 months old in the work when Oga took me to a house and asked me to change some of the balls that are dead and some sockets that are bad, and left because this was December period. He had so many works coming. The woman I was working for back in December from one of the African countries, when I was done, she called my boss and told that I'm done if she's to give me his labor money. My boss said yes to give me the money and also give extra money for tea fare. She asked me to give my number so she can call me directly whenever she has any maintenance at home. I was happy. I gave my number to her. 2 days after, she called and asked me to come to her house. I took excuse from my boss without telling him exactly where I was going that afternoon. When I got to her house, she offered me food. I rejected and told her I came here with the hope of doing some work for you, not to eat, that I'm not hungry. She said, okay, which irritates me, right? I said, no. She said, okay, I should prove it. She opened the drink, poured in a cup and gave me at this point, I was beginning to feel some weird, but I took it and drank. It was sweet, no lie. After drinking, she asked me to sit and wait for her. I sat before like 5 to 10 minutes. I began to feel horny. My dick arose. I became very high and desperate to have sex while seated at the parlor waiting for her. I heard a voice inside the room asking me to come and take a look. I went and I saw her naked on a bed. Long story short, we had unprotected sex, but what shocked was doing the act. She told me to come inside her. I was very surprised, but I did came inside. I left. When I went home, thoughts could leave me. Thoughts could not leave me. I tried to call her. She blocked my line after some days. I went back to her, but she has gone back to base after 4 years. I was passing that very side on an Easter period. I noticed she was around with her husband and a dark looking girl. My mind has never been at rest since then. It's been 10 years now. She has had another child after her. So I have a very strong feeling that the girl child is mine, and I'm planning to confront her whenever she comes back for Xmas again, or should not. Hey, but this one day, she literally, like, I'm not even going to say rape because it was a consensual thing, just that you were pushed to the urge. I mean, you can ask questions, but you know very well that she's not going to tell you the truth. She's not going to tell you whether the child is yours or not, really. But damn, that's crazy. Damn, you were how many years old at the time? 20 years, 10 years now. So like you're now 30. Wow, that's crazy. Comment section, please help out because this one, dear, my mind is blocked. I don't really know what to say about it. But what I can tell you is that there's a possibility that yes, of course, that child is yours. But how old is actually the child? Like you said, 10 years, Abby. Hey, nah, some people are fucking wicked. So all they come and maintain for me now, she wanted to use you to have a child, though. Basically that.
Let's have it.
Hi POV, good evening. Trust you're blessed. Please, can you kindly post me anonymous and get your followers' opinion on this for me? Before I go on with my issue, kindly forgive me if you find this text long. I really has to be to get your followers to understand me very well. I have also codified the message because of the respect I have for all the parties involved. Thank you. I'm in a country in North America, now country with health. And I have this lady friend of mine, let's call her Miss E, a close one whom we both find very comfortable to share almost everything with. She's like a bestie. To emphasize how close and comfortable we were around each other, she could even pass by my hostel in Accra and spend some time with me when she even had an appointment with her boyfriend. She even preferred to sleep by my place for days whenever she had to attend to work schedule closer to the hostel. Back in uni, when she was in UCC in Cape Coast and I was in RMU. We met somewhere 2018 in Ghana during study classes organized by an SHS in Kumasi. In 2018, when we met as new friends, I developed feelings for her, but she told me I should give her a year to make a decision. After a few months, we both got admitted into uni. She in UCC, Cape Coast, and I in RMU, Accra. During this period, I used to post her a lot, and by some weird reason, she got introduced to my schoolmate in uni. Let's call him Mr. A. She instantly fell in love with Mr. A in level 100, and I got broken because I thought I was only waiting for an answer, and she told me earlier, not knowing she did not like me. But the best way to communicate was actually falling in love with my friend Mr. A. Sad. I behaved as a man, kept quiet, and left both of them to smooch and flex me on during the process. I still kept contact with both of them as friends and even viewed their statuses, even though I felt annoyed and jealous. What could man do? I went on with my life and also got into a relationship and did not last, by the way. Lo and behold, after a few months, the relationship crashed. Mr. A broke Mrs. E's heart. and it wasn't even a pleasant sight to witness. She grew lean and got very deserted by the heartbreak. But I consoled her and she got okay in some days. Even though she'd gone back single, I never got a reply, and the relationship I told her about never happened. And since then, she's met different guys who resided in Accra, but she came all the way from school to visit. She even passed by my hostel during that visit to him. Note, I could have had my way with her long ago, but I didn't. And sometimes restrain myself even when I had the chance to, because not only had she passed by my hostel before, she also slept at my place for 3 days before. And I have also taken her to my house in Kumasi when there was nobody at home. Oh. POV. Now, this is the issue. Not long ago, a year after I traveled abroad, she called me herself to propose to me. Can you imagine that she was now serious to settle down, and she felt I have been a good friend for her for such years? Well, I still had feelings for her though. So I considered what she said and told her to wait for some time to give her feedback. After a month of considering her proposal, I saw a video of her with another guy with a love emoji attached. I confronted her and she told me it was actually an old video of her friend and her, but it was nothing serious. I threw away her explanation and went on to find a new girlfriend online, whom I have been in contact with for some time now, even though we've never met for long. I posted my new girlfriend, and Missy confronted me, seemed jealous about the new lady, and asked why I betrayed her trust in about an hour call in the midnight. Auntie, now even our friendship is a bit affected. I do not want it to. I feel she's disappointed, but I hardly feel the genuineness in the reasons she gave about the video. She also posted with the other guy. Mind you, the new lady I met online has also so far been well behaved, checks on me every morning when I'm unable to, even though she does not know me in person. And so do I. Most importantly, she never bothered to even worry me about money, even though she has her own problems. I plan to surprise her sometime when I get convinced with her enough. I know your followers might think she wants to have a relationship with me because I'm abroad. One of the statements Miss E made questioning my new relationship. But the truth of the matter is, she didn't even know I traveled. I told her I was in Kumasi when I met her online. She accepted my proposal before opening up to her. I need honest opinions on this matter from your followers. What should I do? Should I go back to Mrs. E because I have known her for years, or gamble with the new lady I have met online? I would say stick with the new lady, because you know what Mrs. E did? Miss E took you for granted and felt you were always going to be there. You are always going to be that guy that she could fall back on if things doesn't go on well for her in whatever adventures she goes in. So you're not Mrs. E's first pick. And that's a red flag for me. You are not Miss E's first pick. That's a red flag for me. That's what I think. But as you said, the comment section should help you out. And so let the comment section help you out. Yeah, period.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
Hi, please, I need your help to make a right decision. It's almost a year since I started dating this girl, and everything used to be okay till she returned back to school and came back home recently. I noticed some changes with the way we text, call, and talk. She will always be the first to text me in the morning to check up on me because I don't wake up early. All of a sudden, all this to stop when they vacated. Whenever I call her, she'll give me an excuse and sometimes will say I talk too much and hang up. So during one of the past holidays, I paid her a visit and vibed as usual. And I thought everything was cool. Maybe she was just tired whenever I call and stuff. So I neglected it. But when I was about to leave her place, I found a way to distract her and I cloned her phone without her notice. After cloning the phone, I placed aside and spent the rest of the time with her till I left. I got home exhausted and didn't have the time and energy to check the clone phone, so I slept off. I woke up around 11 p.m., almost midnight, to a phone ringing. I brushed it off because it wasn't my phone. I woke up in the morning before I realized the phone that disturbed my sleep was the cloned phone. Her, fear woman. She saved a number with just emojis, and that was the number that kept calling per the call history. She picked up and spoke to the person for about 5 hours. I later then decided to go through the phone. This girl is not the girl I know. Not knowing she has a thing with the guy. She often sends nudes to him. That's not my main issue. My main issue is that not the only guy she has a thing with. She has planned hook up and meet up with 3 other guys. I really love this girl and she told me she's a virgin, so I haven't touched her before. But after finding out this, I am having second thoughts. Without her notice, I applied for scholarship for both of us to study in Canada, and we both have been awarded the scholarship. I don't know if I should tell her or not, because I really love her, and after what I've seen, having doubts and I don't know the decision to make. Please advise me. Hey, this one, there's someone's future is in your hands. So, I think for the fact that she's cheating on you, you can break up with her. But for the scholarship, it's on you. You decide what to do with that. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. The fact that she's cheating on you and lying to you about the fact that she's a virgin and she's not. But I don't know. Did you see anything that seemed like she has slept with someone else? And this girl, Charlie, young girl, like, oh, Jadian, what do you want? My dear, this one, dear, I don't know whatever decision you want to make, but definitely the fact that you cloned the phone meant you had your doubts and your doubts were cleared, with the cloned messages and stuff. So you can break up with her. But when it comes to the Canada traveling, obviously you're going to travel. And if you guys go together, there's a chance that because both of you know each other, you guys are going to bond and it's going to go on and she may keep on cheating on you and taking you for granted and all that. So I don't know what you're going to do with that information, but the decision is yours. And also the comment section should give their opinion to help you make your decision, because this is a bloody thing that is going on. Yeah. Let me end this episode here because the filter is done, and I'm gonna come back with the next episode, and then we're gonna enjoy the next episode together. So I'll see you on Saturday for the new episode. Stick and stay. Bye.